your wedding day should be one of the happiest days of your life. But my next guest had no idea that their wedding day would turn into a scene from Baywatch. Moments after saying I do, the groom jumped into the ocean with his wedding clothes on to rescue a drowning teen. Thankfully, he saved his life. So let's meet this heroic groom and his new bride. Please welcome Zach and Cindy Edwards.
Thank you for having me.
How you folks doing? Great. So let me get this. So you had just finished your wedding. You're taking some photos. Cindy, how'd you find out somebody was drowning?
Well, we were actually wrapping up with the photographer, and just him and I were kind of talking amongst each other, and all of a sudden this young lady came up to us and she mentioned that somebody was in the water and it looked like they were struggling to come back to shore. So immediately I looked at Zach, and knowing his background,
I looked at her and
just told him, I was like, you gotta go, and you gotta get him.
I took my shirt off as fast as I could. Went to take my pants off, and she was like, no, you don't have time. So I just, which I kind of wish I did, but I just ran out and dove into the water. And then, yeah, there was two other swimmers.
So she said, knowing your background, what's your background?
So I'm in the Coast Guard, and I was also a swim instructor at boot camp and a lifeguard for many years.
Oh, wow,
So,
swim instructor.
Correct, so I'd teach recruits how to swim.
Wow.
And being a rescue swimmer when they couldn't, I'd go down the bottom of the pool and pick them up.
Okay, so what happened once you got in the water and you reached this
So
kid?
on the way out, two other kids or young adults were headed out with boogie boards, and I didn't want it to turn into a multiple rescue attempt, you know, more people going out there, because that happens all the time. People go to help people and then two people drowned, you know, and I didn't want that to happen. So I told one of the people, I was like, you go back and give me your boogie board. So he unstrapped it. I started getting closer to the young man. I could hear him saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. So I knew he didn't have much more time because he was being pulled out, you know, fairly fast. So I was able to finally get to him, and I reached out and grabbed his wrist and pulled him to me, and able to put his back against my chest. And he had a boogie board someone had given him, which is why he had drifted out so far. He wasn't swimming, he was floating kind of. So I was able to take the boogie board I had and slide underneath his and kind of start as like you would a kid in a pool and trying to make our way back in. Made about halfway back in, the rip current kind of stopped us making progress.
Oh, there was a current.
It was a very bad rip current that day.
That's what I was gonna ask, because what kept pulling him out?
Yeah, so he probably started at like 70 yards, 60, 70 yards. By the time I got to him, he was well over 120 probably by the time I got to him.
That's why I told him, you don't have time.
Yeah.
You gotta go, because every time he took his shirt off, and of course I'm paying attention to him, and whenever I'd look up, the young man was further and further out. He was just getting sucked out. That's what the rip currents do, and they just completely take you out to sea. And some people, they don't understand.
Well, even the best swimmers had the hard time. You know, it was a red flag day. People shouldn't really been past knee deep, you know. So, yeah, so we made it about halfway back in, and we just kind of waited it out, and they finally came up with the jet ski and sled, so.
So the first responders showed up?
Yes. So when they showed up, they backed in. They had to make a couple attempts with a sled. This is a giant sled on the back of the jet ski. So I was able to grab the handle on one side and kind of put him up on it and wedge him between myself and the sled, and then hold on to the handle on the other and just pull him, and I said, go. When they took off, they were pulling really, really hard, and it was everything I could do to hold on. And I'm a fairly big guy, but they were pulling, you know, I guess because the waves were so bad. And as we kind of pulled up to the beach, you know, I kind of rolled off and let the first responders take care of him. And I get up, I'm bleeding from the nose because my face was bouncing against the sled. So.
Oh, when they were pulling you,
right.
Your face was bouncing on the
sled. I was, because I was just trying to hold on.
So you done busted yourself up.
Right, a little bit. So, but she came running out in the water, and this wedding dress was a whole nother story. My first thought was back to the wedding. I was like, no, get away, don't get your dress wet. You know, I have blood, I don't want to get blood on it.
Yeah.
I said, get out of the water, go. But she didn't really listen a whole lot.
Well, of course not. I mean, we just got married, and I didn't think it through.
Let me ask you this. This is your wedding day.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel to see your husband out there? He was really risking his life.
It didn't hit me until I noticed that they were having a difficult time coming back in whenever they hit another current coming back in. And I knew, I was like, I know he's getting tired. He's got those pants on. He's weighed down. And you could just tell he was exhausted, but he just kept fighting it, trying to get the boy back.
Wow.
And whenever I kept looking at him, I started to panic for a minute, but it is my wedding day. I don't have my cell phone, of course. We're taking pictures, and it's almost surreal in that moment because I just did a quick pan and I could hear a woman. I saw her out of the corner of my right eye. She was on her cell phone calling 911. She was on the phone with them. I heard, boys in the water, a man's there. Then as I looked down the beach, I see, there's a helicopter that went over, and then it did look like Baywatch. I mean, there were Jeeps and just four-wheelers, everything just coming down the beach, dust everywhere. And so I knew he was gonna be okay, especially when I saw the 2 lifeguards jump in, but the water was extremely rough. And so that's why they didn't get to him first, and the jet ski had to get him.
You weren't even supposed to be on the beach that day. What happened?
Originally, we were supposed to be on the day following, but we wanted to change the date to fit kind of what our special dates were, which was...
On the second. So, told her I loved her on the second.
We met on the second.
The seconds have lined up.
So you met on the second.
Yeah.
You told her you loved her on the second.
Right. So
was that the same second? Or
No, it was not. No, it was not. We always say this wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Zach, have you heard from the young man that you said?
I have. He called me and said, thank you for saving my life. He was very thankful. His mother was very thankful. Very kind-hearted young man. Very happy that this happened. Now him and I and us have a day of our own together.
Really? That's pretty cool. Yeah. Did you guys go on the honeymoon right after that?
We came to see you.
This is our honeymoon.
Yeah,
oh, this the honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
Hey! Be with Steve. I know that's right.
This is. It's hard to get out. So it's together, we have 6 kids together, and we call ourselves the modern day Brady Bunch a little bit, and it's funny. I sent him a package one time from Target, and I addressed it to Mr. Brady. But no honeymoon for us.
Well, yeah, I feel bad. You came out here to see me. I didn't get you a wedding gift, and I didn't know you didn't have a honeymoon, but I think we can fix that part right there. So. This is how we're gonna fix that. I am sending you guys on a 5-night luxury included vacation to any Sandals resort. Any Sandals resort, you pick the one you wanna go to. I'm gonna send you there. You get to choose from one of 16 Caribbean locations.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Stay in the Love Nest Suite, complete with the butler, the elite service. You can enjoy gorgeous beaches, unlimited 5-star.
That's great. I love it.
Listen, whichever one you pick, you're gonna enjoy some gorgeous beaches, some unlimited 5-star gourmet dining, some exciting water sports, and a whole lot more. The world needs more heroes like Zach and Cindy. We really do. And man, what a great story, man.
Wow.
Great job, man. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you for everything.
Have a good time, too.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, enjoy yourself. The world would be a lot better place if we had more people like you. Drop everything and go. Let's go. We'll be right back, everybody. Hey, you made it to the end of this video. I got a lot more that you're gonna enjoy, so just click to watch the next one. And make sure you subscribe to always know what's happening.